all this energy and fucking spiking testosterone, it's just a recipe for disaster.
Girls around, it's game on.
Yeah, and wispy shorts were non-boner concealing shorts. I mean...
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that the show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you were listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Yes, once again. Or very possibly for the first time.
Very possibly. I think as the day of recording, Cerny, I read somewhere today is the dark day. There are no of the big four sports happening today. There's not a baseball game. There's not an NFL game.
Right after the All Star game, it's
a lull.
Like a moment of a lull. You have to wait till Friday?
Yeah, I guess so.
I think.
But the All Star game was back in it's not Safeco, Seattle at T-Mobile, I believe. It's T-Mobile Field or something like that.
Oh, you know what? I always kept calling it Safeco. I never even.
I think it's T-Mobile, right?
I mean, they were running the home run derby.
Then it must have been. Oh, it must have been then. It must have been. I was on an aeroplane on the way back from the East Coast to the West Coast, and whilst the home run derby was happening, so I got to watch it, which is kind of a rarity for me, watching like a sporting event live. But it seemed rather exciting. What did you think about it?
I actually like the home run derby. I always have liked it. Now.
They changed the rules. Like the rules are a little bit newer. Maybe not this year, but I think in the last maybe 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, before I remember you had to get 10 outs or whatever it was, and
right.
It did kind of drag on after some point because you're like, God, because you get so pumped, and then it's after a while you're like, hour and 30, and it's only been like 2 batters. You're like, fuck, man.
Yeah, and it used to be based on pitches, like ball. So then there would be taking. And the hitters would try to be more selective, and then, like at the start, they have more energy, so they're hitting more home runs. And then, sort of in the later rounds, they kind of fall off But now it's what do they have? 3 minutes
to hit it's like on the clock. And then if you hit one, like however many you hit over 440, you get an extra 30 seconds a time.
Oh, that's the bonus. Okay, I remember at one point it was like. They had every 10 balls was like the gold, like a time bonus ball or something. But okay, it's not over. It's basically like how far you hit it.
Remember, like Century 21
yes.
was the sponsor. And it was like, yeah.
Okay, that's where the gold ball thing came from. But Julio, the hometown hero, Julio Rodriguez from the Mariners, fucking popping off with 41 jacks in the first round.
I was loving it because for me. They celebrate Pete Alonso, like, New York Met. I mean, they are all over his jock. It's sickening.
Yeah, they use it as instead of having an N95, they use Pete Alonso's jock strap. Yeah, that's how they would breathe. I was happy to see that. Not just like, oh yeah, he beat him, but he fucking dominated him. And then also Mookie Betts hit like 4 home runs or something, which is a proper embarrassment, which I loved as well.
I was surprised when he's like entered in the threw his name in the hat, threw his his name in there. I was like, what?
Wait, he like volunteered to be in there?
Yeah, I don't know if they were looking for folks or I don't know what it was, but I was like, Mookie Betts is joining the home run derby. I was like, what?
And when you look at these guys, they got like Vlad Guerrero Jr., huge, just fucking units of people, and then Mookie Betts, he's like, he's just a little thing.
He can. I mean, he has got power.
Yeah,
but, that's when someone's throwing 100 miles an hour. And I mean, I had actually my pick was Randy Arozarena.
That's a good one. I like his vibe. I like his energy. I think he's really good for the game. He did make it into the finals, but he couldn't quite pull it off against Vlad Jr.
Vlad Jr. He was just too strong. I mean, at the very end, because you are tired at the end.
Yes.
He was just stronger. You know,
he's a big guy. He's a unit for sure.
No, I was at the game. I was at the home run derby where his dad won when he was a little kid.
I saw that. 2007. They showed clips, and then there was a cool clip of Vlad Sr., or as we knew him back when they just Vlad Guerrero. There was
just
Vlad. His son, who was probably 12 to 14, running up and jumping on him and giving a hug, and then that's Vlad Jr. who won this year's home run derby. So that was a pretty cool story. First father-son home run derby champions, I believe, if I read correctly.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Now, ESPN's coverage, I took serious beef with.
Well, I will say my experience was visual only, because I only had my Bluetooth headphones and I didn't have the little cable to plug in. So I was just watching
I've that issue on a plane too.
Yeah.
Like, damn it.
They didn't have back. Did they have burn?
No,
okay, good.
They had
even worse?
Joe Buck. Yeah, Joe Buck.
Ouch.
Yeah, it was.
Ouch.
No. The thing with the time that kind of does, I don't know how to fix it, is they're going so fast. You know, I want to see, part of the home run derby is seeing how far they hit it.
Yeah.
And it's so, I mean, all you're seeing is just them swinging. And
so they had the split screen up, but that was that wasn't great. That wasn't a great experience, I don't think.
No, I didn't like that. And then that view from behind the catcher was like, what the heck? I can't see that. Now, I made a mistake. I pulled Chipper. I went to the wrong ESPN. I went to ESPN2 originally. I thought it was on ESPN, and it was the StatCast version, and it was pissing me off. Like, it was like every swing was like, they would swing. It'd be like 101 off the bat, 15-degree angle, and then like on the side, it was like it would show you like where it would fall and stuff. Like a fucking it was like a little digital rainbow. It's like it was like showing you the arc and shit. I was like, this is bullshit. I was like, this is fucking horrible. And I was complaining about it, and Joe's like, dude, are you on the StatCast? Or I was like, hold on. Hold that thought, Joe. I was like, I am. Oh. He's like, no. He's like, get off that horse shit.
Wait, I might have been watching that one too. Every time they swung, it would show what the exit velo was and the launch angle.
Yeah, and then like the other screen was like
the other screen would it show the field, like where the ball was going? Or the outfield where those kids are?
It's like a digital version. It would just show the ball, like, the flight of the ball.
Oh, okay. I saw the one where they showed all the fucking kids out there, including that one kid who got fucking domed.
Smoked the second year in a row.
Smoked, dude.
Of all the safety things that they have in place, they got to get the kids out of there.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's a huge liability.
It's a fucking war zone out there, too. I mean, the kids, I'm pretty sure the kids don't follow I got it.
No. Ball, nothing. Ball. And to your point, because the game, the format of it is optimized for speed. As immediately as he throws it, as soon as the batter's ready, the guy's throwing another one. So there's multiple balls in flight in the outfield, and they have these fucking 11-year-old kids out there chasing them down, and one kid wore it. It looked like it hit him in the head, right?
Off the head. Yeah.
Rip.
He just missed it. Okay, so that's a life lesson.
That's on him.
Kid. You got leather on your hand. You got to put it up.
Yeah, put some leather on that thing.
But yeah, I was like, this is crazy. Some of the comments that were made during the home run derby just like get underneath my skin. You like ESPN and their commentary that they got to do.
They're trying really hard to fill time.
Yeah, so Adley Rutschman, the catcher for the Orioles, the switch hitter.
I like that guy.
So they're giving him, he's getting a lot of cheers and stuff. They're like, oh, he's got a lot of cheers, probably because, from the Pac Northwest. It's like, first off, the Pac Northwest hero. It's like, he went to Oregon State. So I looked at it. I was like, it's not even the same state that they're in right now. So, that's kind of a stretch. Maybe
that's a stretch.
I think they're just excited for the home run derby.
Yeah. He was the first hitter.
So you saw some Orioles ass, but that stretch was like, oh, it's got to be a Pac Northwest fan. It's like, if I made the same comment, like, they're in Boston and they're cheering Jeter because they're all from New England, There would be
you'd be canceled, sir. We're going to get canceled for that type of comment.
New England would cancel me. The entire
tri-state area would be after you.
Cancel my ass. So it's like, why? How could you make a comment like that? The one that really pissed me off, and it came from I think it was the guy Eduardo. I thought, and he does a good job, but he said Vancouver is just 300 miles away from here. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of Toronto Blue Jay fans coming down from there. It's like, okay, hold on. Vancouver, yes, maybe is 300 miles away, but Toronto's on the other side of the country. So I guess all Canadians are just going to be Blue Jay fans. Is that how we're lumping them up? I would assume that they're going to probably more Mariner fans than Blue Jay fans over there in Vancouver.
I would think so. It's one of those maps that it's like, it highlights what state's favorite team is, and all of Canada is just the Blue Jays, I guess.
It's just the entire country.
Just the entire country. Like, we have to like the only Canadian team that we have.
not even anywhere of the cities that are close to like Minnesota or anything like that. No. They're Blue Jay fans because they're all Canada.
I wonder if Vancouver, Canada, if they're getting blacked out from the Mariners games.
Ooh, what is the radius? Is it 200 or 300?
But it's in a different country, so maybe do they have jurisdiction over there?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
If we have any Canadians.
Yeah. Can you, if you're in Vancouver, listener, can you watch the Mariners on MLB TV? That's our question for you.
I was like, what the fuck? How could you say that? It's like, okay, you're talking, okay, yes, 300 miles, but then I think the other one's about 3,000 miles away.
I know, so it's literally like, it's like basically above, isn't it above like New York or something? Or maybe a Michigan.
They're on the AL East. That just tells you right there.
Yeah, they would be in a different league entirely on that. And I also saw something with Bo Bichette was they had some players also conducting interviews in between.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said the ESPN cutbacks are real. They're having the players do the interviews.
Yeah, I did hear that for during the regular season, the in-game interviews or what they're talking to players, they're compensating. The players are making money from that.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, that's what I heard because that's how they're sort of incentivizing it. But
I'd be like, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, I'm like, how are you going to incentivize a multimillionaire with more money? I mean, like, what are you going to pay him? Like hundreds of thousands of dollars for like half an inning on the mic? Or it doesn't seem like the math
I don't
works
know.
up on that.
I don't know. It does. I mean, I don't think there was any mic'd up players during the
Home Run Derby.
The Home Run Derby, which
I do like how the vibe seems good. Like everyone's relaxed. Everyone's very cheering on everybody. And it's very, it's good.
Did you see ESPN screwed up and they put, Vlad Jr., Home Run Derby champ, second, born Cuban player.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. First off, they probably had that stat or that graphic for Randy Rosarina because he was born in Cuba. But I was like,
that was because I saw that. I'm like, Vlad's Cuban?
No, he was
born in the United States.
He was born in Canada. His dad played for the Expos when he was born. And they're Dominican. They're not even Cuban. He's Dominican.
Okay, that's what I thought. I'm like, I don't remember I don't remember Vlad Sr. being Cuban, but
I swear I think he's born in Canada because his dad played for the Montreal.
Yeah,
when he was born.
Vlad Guerrero Jr. Let me see, where was he born? Yeah, he's Dominican. Yeah, he was born in Montreal in 1999. The fuck?
I mean, how could you? ESPN. You wonder why you got to lay off of half your workforce or 25%, whatever the hell that fucking number was.
Yeah,
you're bleeding money, and then you have you. Why wouldn't you have like just 2 graphics? When you're getting down, maybe just start with 8. Have a little blurb for about 8, and then just delete them as they get eliminated, and then you have the 2 remaining.
Yeah, they dropped the ball on that. Whoever's running the production truck on that one really fucked it up.
I was like, no.
Did they lay off their entire research department with this with their Blue Jays reference and their Cuban thing? Or they probably had the C crew because it was the home run derby. So they just kicked.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of memes. It was like, like they're like, no, like somebody screaming no, and it's like ESPN knowing that they cover baseball, not the NBA G League or the 2028 NFL draft.
Oh man, that's pretty funny. I thought the home run derby was good. I don't know. What do you? They always do something for the. They always go wild with the uniforms. What did you feel like how did you like the All-Star Game uniforms this year?
Oh, they were
it was a little much.
The helmets were horrible. I mean, it was like especially the National League, it was like that Times New Roman N right on the helmet for National League. I was like, that's horrible.
And then navy pants.
I'm like, yeah, I know we're trying to do those Mariners colors, but I was like, I don't know about that.
Could we just maybe I'm a traditionalist, but let's just go with the white and the grays. Let's just keep it easy.
Yeah, we don't need to do the 1998 Futures unis where they had the fucking cutoffs and the wild ass Colorado up and down on the shirt or some shit like that. You remember those for a while?
They did have some. They were their
vertical.
Their designers the designers are going wild on the uniforms. Fucking City Connect on meth. Which is already
exactly.
The City Connects are already.
Some of them are cool. I like some of them.
I agree. Some are cool. The Giants, I would not classify as one of those.
The Giants, yeah, it's okay. They almost look like when my dad calls them the creamsicles. They're like creamsicles out there.
Yeah, I get what they're doing with the supposed to be
alternate
the
color.
fog or the mist or something, but I don't think it works.
No, the Rangers are kind of cool.
Oh, the Rangers?
They're City.
They're City Connect. Let me see these. Rangers City Connect. Oh, okay. Those are interesting. They definitely have. Isn't there a City Connect?
The
jerseys?
Rockies look like their fucking license plate.
Oh, that's right. Oh, here they have them now. Oh, they've graded them. They've graded all the the White Sox have that black pinstripe with the south side on there.
I like that one. That one's cool.
That's pretty cool. The Washington Nationals have this. I'm on SB Nation. The Nationals kind of have this I guess cherry blossom kind of look. It looks more like a Mother's Day kind of specific
over there.
jersey. The Braves, obviously, fucking W on the Braves ones. They're doing the throwbacks to the Hank Aaron's, the 74s with the big A, that old school royal blue and red A. I think those ones look really, really good. I do
West
like.
Nation. I got you.
Yeah, I like the Padres. Definitely polarizing. It definitely has some Arizona iced tea vibes to it. But I would rock it if I was a Padres fan. I think I would try to rock that jersey.
Me too.
The Astros ones look pretty good.
Space City, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I thought the Seattle. I kind of like the Seattle ones, but I know my buddy who's a Mariners fan is not a fan of those ones.
The Angels are kind of classic.
I'd like the classic little Angels one. It's kind of a 70s throwback feeling kind of to it.
Yeah.
Rangers is definitely cool.
Cubs or
Wrigleyville, stop. Royals.
It's okay.
The Royals have
Pittsburgh's pretty cool.
What is the PGH? What does that even stand for? Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Anybody? Pittsburgh. G something. I don't know.
It's probably the Pittsburgh abbreviation. We don't know.
Yeah, something. And maybe it's their airline. They're airport code. It's the only thing there. The Reds, I kind of like the Reds hats, but I don't know. Giants, tough. I think the Giants definitely taking an L on that one, in my opinion. But Dodgers kind of just like tapped out. Isn't that they going with the Los Dodgers thing? But don't they already kind of have those jerseys?
Oh yeah,
they're the all royal blue ones, and the red.
With the Los Dodgers on the hat. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's too many words on the hat.
I don't like Boston's.
Yeah, what is the why the yellow and like the baby blue?
I don't know.
They should have to
know.
When they put the jerseys out, they should have to put out a statement about why. Like what does it mean? What does all this mean? But the National League did end up being victorious. I couldn't believe it. First time they won in
first time since 2012.
11 years? That's quite the drought. Did they officially do away with the thing that you get home field advantage in the World Series if you win the All-Star game?
By the way, the PGH says the jersey itself is an abbreviation for Pittsburgh.
Okay. Thanks. It's like, don't they have the PGH on the hat too? Like all kind of side by side. A lot of real estate on that. But I like the yellow.
Yeah, the yellow and black is nice and classic.
Yeah.
But here's something they do. Dana, I guess, is a fan. CERN is not really a fan of them talking to the players during the game. Like, if I was a player, like, they're talking to Josh Hader while he's on the fucking mound, I was like,
yeah.
If I was a player, I'd be like, I don't want to talk to you.
Right, I'm trying to do a thing here.
You know what? I first saw this a few years ago several years ago, when the A's were in the playoffs with the White Sox, like the play-in game.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking to Ramon Laureano.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, we're out here. And I was like, he's playing a fucking game. Like, he's playing the game. And they got these clowns talking to him in his ear. And I was like, if anybody who's ever been on a baseball field,
yeah,
shit comes out of your mouth that
I know. What's the delay on this?
And it was like, during that time, it was like not 5 minutes later, I text my dad. I was like, this is disastrous. I said, this is ripe for, that's someone who doesn't know what goes. And then the guy's like, he was hitting the gap and he was like, oh, fuck. He runs, it's in the game. He ran. He's like, oh, I got it. He's like, you hear, and
yeah.
Like, oh, he's a fast motherfucker. And he throws the ball. He's like, fuck, I missed him. I was like, they're like, oh, we apologize. I was like, I could have told you that was going to happen.
Right. I mean, if you didn't think that, I think players can, control themselves when the action is on a downswing. Hey, you're not going to be dropping the F-bomb all the time, but when they're
in the media, they got their guard up.
Yeah. But when the action strikes, your sort of instincts take over, and if your instinct is to cuss, it's just going to happen. Like, you're not going to be able to turn that off, in my opinion.
No, because you're not thinking. I remember. I mean, how many times we'd mumble under our breath. Like the ball would hit, and you'd fumble the ground ball. You're like, motherfucker, and you pick it up and throw. Like, you're not thinking.
Yeah.
You're just.
Yeah. Luckily, they can't implant anything into your head yet about what your fucking brain is thinking about everything. It'd be done. There'd be like 4 players playing. Yeah, the Braves came pretty flush. I think, didn't they have the whole infield at one point?
Yeah, I mean and some of it's like Sean Murphy, the catcher.
Yeah,
I mean, that guy deserves it. I mean, he's rolling as a catcher. Yeah, they had Ozzy Albies was out there, Austin Riley was out there,
Olsen.
Yeah, that's right, Matt Olson.
I mean, they're all doing really well now, but it still is a little bit weird to have like the majority of the.
What's sad is you think about like Matt Olson and Sean Murphy were both A's last year, and how bad were the A's?
Dude, Olsen is raking, and he has a great swing. I love watching him just fucking tattoo a ball into the atmosphere.
Oh yeah, when he gets a hold of it.
Yeah, it's all good. That was he was the remember when Freddie Freeman was dicking around with the Braves being wishy-washy, the Dodgers and this and that, and then the Braves were like, well, whatever, we're just going to pick up Olsen. So they just got Olsen, and Freddie Freeman got screwed, and he had to sign with the Dodgers.
Which pisses me off.
I know. That was...
begrudgingly, I have to say, like, if you look at it, Freddie Freeman is probably the best hitter in baseball right now.
He's just so consistent, and he like every at bat is a quality. He's not taking any bats off. Not that players go up, every at bat you're getting the best.
Not that I know his stats, but if it's Freddie Freeman, he's probably batting like 325. Probably has like 20 bombs, 60 RBIs, 50.
Yeah, he is batting 320.
Okay.
He has 17 bombs, 61 ribbies, 42 runs.
Okay, see, wasn't too far off, and I didn't even know his stats.
You literally just pulled that out of your ass off the top of your head. OPS 952. Jesus,
I notice that's a big stat now.
That is love the OPS now. To be honest, I'm not even on base plus slugging percentages.
Yeah, so that's a big stat because I noticed if you want to research. Like on MLB, like top hitters, it ranks it by OPS now instead of like batting average or whatever.
Oh, interesting. Because on base, so that would be how well you're batting, like your batting average or your on base percentage, which is correlated to your batting average, and then slugging, like how productive are you? How many total bases per at bats do you get?
Yeah.
So you can have an OPS over 1, right? Or is 1 the cap?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
If you get if you get home runs and shit, then I think you go over.
Right. That would make sense. Okay. Yeah. Damn, Freddie Freeman is... What's his 14-year career already?
I know. I can't believe he's been around that long.
He's batting .299, 300 home runs, 1,100 RBIs.
Barry Bonds, by the way, has the highest OPS in a single season.
But they weren't even when Bonds was playing. I feel like they weren't ever talking about OPS.
No. So I think because it says he had a 1.422 OPS in 2004. Damn. Yeah, I saw this thing. It was like I think he reached base safely more than he had at bats or some kind of crazy shit like that.
I mean, when you really think about some of these stats and like Bonds, Tony Gwynn, some pitchers and stuff, like some of these stats that they come up with are so fucking mind blowing because it seems, especially if you've played baseball and like, or you're a fan and you really understand the difficulty of the game, how crazy and how good some of these people really were. Dominant.
Oh yeah, dominant. I mean, I saw this. It was an interview where Shannon Sharp was interviewing Deion Sanders, and they're like, because he played both sports, and they said, "What's the easiest sport you played?" Deion said, "Football," and he said, "What's the hardest sport?" Oh, baseball by far.
Yeah,
and he's like, most people think baseball is easy. He says, but if you only get hit, if you only get on base or get a hit 30% of the time and are good, that's how bad it is. That's how hard it is. Because I've seen that ball. Because that ball does some things.
Right. Imagine if a quarterback, fucking Tom Brady, every 10 passes he only completed 3, he'd be fucking garbage. Yeah,
they would be calling him Mitch Trubisky or something.
Yeah, he wouldn't be in the NFL. That's for sure. But yeah, there would just be a lot more running plays. I did also appreciate Marshawn Lynch being at the All Star game and the home run derby.
Oh, you know what?
Huge chain.
He's one of my favorites. I love the guy.
Love him.
He's too good.
He's always
he's having a good time.
He is. His vibe is always strong. It's always a strong vibe. Did you see his big chain necklace that he had that he gave to Vlad? It had like a spinning. Isn't the Mariners logo like a compass?
It's like it's like the sea compass.
Yeah, and I think like the needles he could spin it around. How much? Oh man,
you know what? I'm jealous too because he's out having a good time. I think every day he's probably having a great day.
Oh yeah, he's every day straight up just having a good time, and I love how he also has he's got a good Oakland tie-in, and then he also has a Seattle tie-in, and I feel like those are two great cities to be able to just immediately dominate fandom there wherever you show up. Yeah. You just have their support. Like I think that's pretty good. Bay Area and Seattle for West Coast.
I think he went to Cal, didn't he? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I believe so. Speaking of football, what's this? Have you been reading any of the scuttlebutt about the Northwestern football coach?
Some sort of hazing situation. I don't remember what the hazing incident was, but he actually like condoned it or promoted it.
There was something, and then it comes out that the Northwestern baseball team, their head coach has also had problems that, like, apparently after the first season, half the team went into therapy. Like they had to sign up for therapy. They were so fucked up.
Wow.
Okay, so yeah, Pat Fitzgerald. I can't. I assume Northwestern must be like a pretty decent football program. They're okay.
No, but I mean, yes, in the fact that it's like a D1 college.
Okay,
but so I don't think it's like they're not winning a national championship or anything. Now that is home to one of the great quarterbacks, Kurt Warner. Right
now. Okay. Oh, there was a so he was fired from Fitzgerald. Let's see, due to confidentiality of the report. However, the president did publish a summary of some of the findings. They conclude, this is from NPR.org. 11 current or former players acknowledged that hazing had been taking place within the program. Okay. The hazing included forced participation, nudity, and sexualized acts of degrading nature in violation of university policies.
Nudity, huh?
Forced participation, I think, is the nudity piece, you know, but the sexualized acts and the forced participation, I think, is probably the issue. Forced participation. No students are known to have suffered a physical injury as a result of the hazing. Okay.
Just emotional.
Just emotional trauma that they'll be dealing with and their families for the rest of their life.
Oh, he went to Northern Iowa. Excuse me. I misspoke.
Oh.
Sorry. Kurt Warner.
Oh, we'll scrub it. We'll scrub it from the record.
Yeah, just delete that out.
Yeah.
Daniel was on here. He'd be calling me an idiot. But
well, good thing he ain't listening. So, some players found the hazing to be harmful with long-term consequences. Others felt the rituals were in jest. Okay. Hazing practices were well known within the program, but there's no credible evidence that Fitzgerald was aware of them.
So is it one of those that happened on your watch anyway?
Now, I don't know. I feel like you've got to be hearing a lot of, even if they're just rumors or hearsay about, you know, oh, you hear shit in the locker room when you're hanging out with the player. You've got to catch
a lot of scream. You know, when the decibels start to increase, then you know something's going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like we were talking about last week in the PE locker room, in the coach's locker room. It's like if they went out, if the coach was in the locker room when all the fucking tomfoolery is going on, then they have to say something because they see it. But if it's sort of like, oh, I wasn't in the room when it happened, then they're like, oh, I didn't know it was happening. I think it's one of these type of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, you know, obviously if you're playing any sport, if you're doing anything, you should.
So this is going to take me back. You probably won't remember, but remember when we were playing flag football in PE?
I don't even remember that we played that.
It turned into tackle. It always does.
Yeah, I could see that happen.
And it was kind of like the PE teacher kind of just let it happen because it was gender segregated. So it was, you know, boys were playing with the boys and girls playing with the girls. So it's not like, you know, you were tackling trying to cop a feel. But it was still tackle, and he was kind of letting it happen. And then someone was complaining, and I remember getting pulled in. You know, all right, guys, no more tackling. Someone complained, it's done.
Okay,
and then it was like 2 more tackles after that, and then it turned into we're crab walking, half a mile or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah. Around the pool deck. I remember crab walking around the pool deck for some reason.
Yeah, this one was
on that field out there?
On the field. Yeah, he was going to take us to it was like he got mad because he had said it. And we did, I think, like a push-up, kind of a thing.
Oh.
And for those who don't know, push-up, you just basically hold, your upper...
Like a plank, kind of,
yeah,
basically.
Yeah, planking until he deems that you're done.
Your sentence is time served.
Yeah. And then after that, we went back to tackle again. And so then he got mad, and it was like, we're going to go... If I see one more, it's like, we're going to go to the track where it was like... And it was it was hot,
Yeah.
You're going to crab walk on the hot turf over there. That wasn't even turf at that point. It was grass and
dirt. DG,
Yep.
decomposed granite track. I remember that. Back in our day, we had to run on actual dirt, not this fucking springy bullshit.
I know.
Yeah.
So I remember that. That was that's to your point. It's like
I was involved in this,
but yeah, you were there. I don't know if we were. I mean, I think we were tackling. I think you got tackled, and then I think.
I can't.
Ike or somebody of that nature, and then it just morphed from there. Like
the problem with high school boys, particularly like actually any grade of high school boys, is like if they're friendly with each other, then then it just becomes it's like a war. It's a compounding issue.
Yeah.
Because if we weren't really friends with people, we wouldn't be really kind of fucking around and tackling them, or at least that's not how we operated as a friend group. But if we were cool with you, then we would
you would be tortured,
stretch the rules a little bit, I think.
Yeah, you would be tortured.
Yeah. But no, definitely not.
It was always like a tackle, and then it was like, oh, this game on now.
Yeah.
Like
we're playing now. Okay.
Yeah, someone broke the seal, and now it's like it's on.
But we definitely did not have any forced participation, nudity, and sexualized acts of degrading nature. That never happened.
No.
So we're good on that front. Yeah. We PE class was just, the best time.
I think it was.
For us.
We got in trouble quite a bit.
Literally.
But he liked us. It's not like we were
good.
Yeah. We just had too much energy, and it was all over the board.
And
it's your friends.
I think the friends being in the same class together was like, oh, you have 4 people from the football team and 3 people from the baseball team and some people from this, and it's like all this energy and fucking spiking testosterone. It's just a recipe for disaster.
Girls around, it's game on.
Yeah, and wispy shorts were non-boner concealing shorts. I can't even believe any of us were capable of getting laid with the hygiene habits we had in PE, or just our how we acted in PE should have dried up. Like we should have been on a dry spell for all of high school. But in fact, that's where I met my wife in PE class, doing some fucking tomfoolery and not listening to the teacher. Yeah,
trying to volleyball, wasn't it? Volleyball.
It was volleyball, and this is the one story I do remember. But same PE class, sophomore year, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, it was.
And we're in the gym, and we're playing volleyball. So bump, set, spike is all I remember, and for me, that's just hit it as hard as you can every time. It doesn't matter.
Granted, the PE coach was actually a volleyball coach.
He was like the varsity volleyball coach.
Yeah.
And we had a good volleyball team from what I remember, right? Like we were pretty.
Yeah, I think we were pretty good.
So he was, so it was cool. He probably had more fun, and then his rule was that when he blows the whistle at whatever time, no more hitting the balls. Well, I think
more.
For me, that's just like, let me get one more in real quick. And
not just... She already hit the ball 440 feet, so he's going to get his 30 seconds of bonus time.
That's true. I did have a lot of good bump set spikes. And it was, I think I probably hollered out something like to the effect of, hey, Cerny, check it out. And then I threw the ball up and just fucking whacked it as hard as I could into just a crowd of people.
Yeah.
Because I thought that would...
smoke somebody in the face. Now, the proper responses are you, holy shit, are you okay? But I think you yelled six-pack because that was...
I think that's what I did yell.
Because that was the line when someone got hit in the face because it's kind of, like it's ribbed like a six-pack, and so, the line, six-pack.
Yeah. And so after I blasted this poor girl in the face and she's literally collapsed to the floor.
Yeah, I just melted right there.
Crying. Like, oh. And it was like immediately I hit it and then I was like, oh no, this is not, I didn't think this all the way through.
I think I froze like a deer in headlights. Like, oh my God, he just smoked her.
He just murdered this girl. And I went over there and I was talking not to the person that I hit, but to her friend who was consoling her about how sorry I was and all sorts of things. And she yelled at me and said, "You didn't hit me, you idiot. You hit her." Apologized to her, and now I'm married to that person.
This is after.
That's the story.
No, this was before. That was your first victim. You smoked the other girl in the face with the handball.
Oh yeah, who was? I think that was a genuine accident. That wasn't.
That was because you were trying to hit Ike because Ike had hit you in the because he scored and said, "Nice play, bitch," or whatever, and like hit you in the back of the head with the handball. That's right. And then you said, "Fuck you." You turned around and hurled as hard as you could, but she happened
dodged it somehow.
She stood her like about 4 feet away.
Yeah. Oh, what's her name? Ashley?
Erica.
Oh, that's right. Okay. She didn't deserve that.
She wasn't even playing. She was one of the girls that didn't really. She was just kind of there to
innocent bystander.
Yeah, she was just standing. I think she was talking to her friend and just got smoked. It's like, oh my God.
Maybe I'll send her a Facebook note and apologize again. Hey, I know it's been a couple years, 20. But I was just thinking about this, and you remember back? I'm like, I'd rather not bring up. That's one thing about the PE. You always had the people who weren't really active or into the sports, and they would kind of congregate towards one area of the field where the play was not happening. Yeah, to kind of do whatever they wanted to do while we were dicking around and being stupid. But and we had to run the mile, or was it like a mile and a half? What was it?
Mile and a half.
So,
and they used to, there was a shortcut, but we never took the shortcut because we always were afraid because our baseball coach, remember, he'd hang out on the gator.
The gator,
that was a military tarp, like disguising himself, trying to see who's going to cut.
Yeah, he had some fucking like ghillie suit on in that gator, and he would basically kind of hide in the trees. Or I don't even know if this is true, but this is the rumor that was kind of going around, is that one of the head varsity coaches, and this is we're on JV or something too, so you definitely, when you're on freshman and JV baseball or any sport, you don't want to be catching the attention of a fucking varsity coach, because that
not negative attention at least. No.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
We were already on the radar for antics in the Wolf Den that got us booted freshman year, so we were already on the radar.
We were already there. But there was some rumor floating around that they would hide during these runs, like basically a state mandated, we have the time, physical education thing, but they would hide where the cut was in the course and nab people. I forgot what the consequence was if they nabbed you, but you're right. That wasn't something that we were.
No, because I think we did see him there a couple times, and I was like, oh, yeah, never mind. It's like that spot where the police are hanging to every so often,
the speed trap or whatever.
Speed trap. You're like, I'm going to slow up right here just in case, because you never know.
Play it safe on that one.
And at that point in time, at least for us, granted, like I think we talked about last podcast, we were in peak physical condition because we were in trouble so much. Running the mile and a half really wasn't
right. It wasn't no big thing for us.
No,
it'd be like if we would be conversational pace and we knocked that thing out in 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I think we talk it up and just kind of get her. They had like different times or like for grades.
That's right. And you always had the cross country people that in no other time in any other sport is running fast, particularly exciting, but this was their time to shine. So they they would drop down a 7:30 or some wicked pace, and we're like, Nerd, you run fast. You nerd. But then there was also something. I remember there being some sort of rules around walking. Like he didn't want to see you walking, or
I was like, I don't want to catch you walking. Although remember, there was a bunch of people that would just walk out the gate, just like, you know what, fuck
yeah,
just walking.
Yeah, or because it was like, man, all these memories are this is like coming back. It was like a long straightaway to the first turn. Yep. At least, let's just call it quarter mile. So he would just walk. He could see who was walking, and then right when you sort of turned out of the line of sight, that's when everyone would just pull the e-brake and stop walking, start walking. But I mean, obviously, the coach is not a PE teacher's not a fucking idiot. He can see if you're coming in at 20 minutes on the 1.5 miles, you probably walked some part of it.
Some chunk of it you walked.
Some chunk of it had been walked.
Because it wasn't around a track. It was like a big...
It was like a cross-country kind of course, I guess.
Yeah. A little nature run.
Yeah, right around where apparently some fugitive shot people.
That's right.
And he... I guess there was a... Now, this is present day. This is maybe like a few months ago, right, sir?
April, yeah.
Some peace officers went to go serve or arrest some guy, and he ended up running out of his house, and he ran to this baseball field that I literally played fucking Little League at and shot people.
I actually played softball with Joe on it not too long ago.
Oh, nice. And that's where the track would go around that field, or you kind of run next to where the shooting happened. But they arrested this guy, and he fucking escaped.
Yeah, they arrested him, and he went to jail, and then he had to go to the hospital for some undisclosed reason, and then he had a guard on him, and he escaped.
And then they found him like in the bushes, but he had he was only in like his prison, his jail boxer, like his orange boxers. And he had like his waist chains on, but he wasn't handcuffed or something.
I don't know.
So, yeah. I don't know. I get the escaping from jail thing, but...
What's your plan after that?
Yeah, that's the big thing is like, cool, like maybe it's not hard. Well, maybe it's not incredibly difficult to escape, but you have to have so much set up. Like, how are you going to... You got to get out of the country. You got to go off the grid. You got to go dark quick.
You got to watch a couple seasons of Prison Break to get a good grasp on it.
Yeah, you got to get some good ideas from Prison Break. Oh man, did you? I remember Dana really being into Prison Break.
Yeah,
I think I
watched the first. Yeah, you used to watch it. We would watch it.
Yeah,
I think after like the second season, it was like now they're like in like a jail in Mexico or some shit. You're like, now he's got to break out of there, and I'm like, all right, this is getting wild.
Okay. It's like the Dexter. Did you ever watch the Dexter?
No, I think I watched a couple episodes, but I never.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, he murders and like bad people. He's a serial killer of like
killers,
killers. But it, when there was probably like 6 seasons. About in the 3rd season, it's like how many times can he almost get caught? And he has all this evidence, and he works in the police department. It's just like it's like every episode he can't almost keep getting caught. Like
some of those like Prison Break and stuff. You see, it's like you didn't plan on this going very far. You just
yeah. This is a 1-season script, and now we're on season 4, and it's really showing.
It got popular, and they're wanting more, and you are fresh out of ideas.
Yeah, you're like, well, see, he already tattooed his entire body of this one specific prison that he already escaped from, so how is he going to do it?
I think he can laser it off and redo a new one.
How would they do? Would they be busting out and they're like, "Hold on, dude, pull your pant leg up. I got to see your left calf. Where should we go next?"
I don't know. I can't remember.
It's just fucking ridiculous. But it was good. I wonder. You ready for a crutch, Cerny?
Let's do it.
What's Prison Break's? Rotten
IMDb?
Tomatoes. Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes.
Sorry, yeah, Rotten Tomatoes. I'm gonna say with the critics, 42%.
Critics tomato meter is coming in at 61.
Oh, okay.
Average audience score 78. It's not too bad.
No, it's a lot higher than I thought.
Ooh, okay. Season 1, 78%. Season 2, 71. Season 3, 50. Season 4, 50. Season 5, 56.
So yeah,
Season 5 was rebooted in 2017, and season 4 aired in 2008. So, interesting.
It's almost like one of my favorite shows, Trailer Park Boys.
Oh.
Trailer Park Boys goes from like 2001 to like 2007, and then it picks back up for like 2014 or some shit like that.
Nice. Yeah, that was a good 90% audience score on the Trailer Park Boys.
It's just silly humor that gets me every time.
There's just some things that just scratch certain things for people, and other people just don't get it. But it's good.
My wife kind of liked it, but she wasn't like. Some of the jokes just got me rolling. Where he's like, "I gotta get my life back together. I gotta start growing dope." I gotta.
Like that's getting your life back together is selling weed out of a trailer park.
Or there's always the other guy always has a drink in his hand, never spills. It's like fucking car crash, and he climbs out of the car with his fucking drink in his hand. The fucking thing's like rolling over. It's like he's like, oh yeah, man, he's all fucking cut up. He's like, oh, but his drink's still good. He's like taking a drink, and he's in the middle of a fucking gunfight, and you're shooting, you're taking a sip, taking a nip.
Is it what's his? It's like a mixed. It's like a Jack and Coke or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
That's hilarious. I love good things like that as well. Oh man. Well, wow, we've really taken it here, sir. Here we are, ticking over 50 minutes already. What have we done? A real treat for the Cerny Sluts and the Chipmunks today.
Yeah, we had to.
It's no problem. No problem for us. We can go for a while.
Yeah, we could do a marathon.
Yeah. We got summer's back in full swing.
It's hot today, 96.
It's heating up. It's heating up.
It's going to be 108 on Saturday.
Oh, Lord almighty. You don't need to worry about heating that spa up. Mother Nature will do it right for you.
No, I turned it all the way down, tried to put hose water in there and try to make it like a pool.
There you go. You could just run like a filter cycle on that thing.
Yeah, that's all I do.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Nice. Cool. Well, if you need a free hat to shade yourself in this heat, let us know. We'll just send it to you.
ChipandCernShow@gmail.com.
Boom. Done. That's it. We'll see you next week, folks. Till next time, I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
Cheers.